But they're trying to do that in order to stop him from having campaign finance funds, to stop him from being on the campaign trail. And basically, they're trying to hamstring him up and say, nah, we're going to do everything we can to just keep you off the ballot. All right, our top story of the day. Kevin O'Leary, one of the sharks from Shark Tank, is saying, well, he's warning that the New York Trump fraud case is concerning financial markets around the world. Now, we're going to play this video here in just a second, but I want to preface this by saying that Kevin O'Leary is an incredibly wealthy man. And incredible wealthy men like him and Trump, they run in the same circles. And for him to take this stance and to say that what they're doing to Trump, this political witch hunt that they have put on Trump, is basically saying that this is bad for all of America in general, right? We need to fix the problem. And the problem is not Donald J. Trump. The problem is how his political opponents are weaponizing the justice system against him in an effort to stop him from being the 2024 presidential electorate. I guess is the right word for it. The soon to be president once again. And watch channel DE. Good morning. Thank you so much for watching live. Let's jump right into the video and see what Kevin has to say. Okay, this is the part that I really want to get to, the whole seizing properties thing. So just to give you a little bit of context. So Trump was found guilty in a fraud case in New York. Now, this is such political witch hunt because what they found him guilty was overvaluing his assets in order to get loans. So for example, let's say that my house, I say that I need to get a loan on that house and I'm putting my house up for collateral and I say it's worth $1 million. And the bank comes in and they're like, well, we've done an inspection, we've done an analysis, and we feel like, you know what, it's not actually worth $1 million. We'll give you a loan for $700,000. That's what we're going to use your house as collateral to secure, right? That's the gist of it. The bank still got their money back from Trump on that lower loan value that they assessed it for, right? It's not that he went out and committed all this incredible perjury and fraud and just outright lying to everybody. No, he said, hey, my building's worth this. The bank said, okay, we see you claim your building's worth this. Our assessment is it's worth a little bit less. We're going to give you a loan on the little bit less, and we're going to call it a day. But somehow, Letitia James and the New York State went against Trump in the amount of $454 million, like nearly $500 million in quote fraud. But the thing is, he didn't defraud anybody. The bank got paid. The bank made the loan based on what the bank assessed the value at. But they're trying to say that him inflating the value of his properties to get these loans was the fraud. Are you serious? Right? If that's the case, every single person who's ever sold a home is now guilty of fraud because they said it was worth this much, but they ended up selling it for that much. That's the exact same situation here. And so that's what Kevin O'Leary's problem is. And that's why he's taking such a vocal stance on it. It's like, look, if you're going after Donald Trump, you're not going to have anybody left. You're not going to have anybody who wants to do business whatsoever, period, in New York because of this type of attitude. By doing this, you're sending all business out of New York. You're potentially sending all business out of America. They're trying to seize his assets. Basically, the moment the ridiculous, absolutely preposterous judgment was declared, they were like, hey, you got like 2 weeks before we're going to start seizing your assets. And to Kevin O'Leary's point, it's like, generally you have years to work around this stuff, right? He's not even allowed to go to appeals court until he posts a $454 million bond in cash. In cash. They're not even going to give him like the 10% or whatever when it comes to like a bail bondsman, which I don't know that world, but if you do, please enlighten me on it. But they're trying to do that in order to stop him from having campaign finance funds, to stop him from being on the campaign trail. And basically, they're trying to hamstring him up and say, nah, we're going to do everything we can to just keep you off the ballot. So our zombie who is running can actually somehow manage to take the nominee and somehow take the presidency one again, even though he's going to be like 704 by the time his second presidency would be ending. So look, in my opinion here, I think Kevin O'Leary is completely right. This is a horrible look for New York. It's a horrible look for America in general. And we need to get this together, right? This is not a third world banana republic where we're just going to come seize your assets when we don't agree with you. We're going to arrest our political opponents. They sure are acting like it. So I want to take a look at what the AI trading data has to say about the S&P 500, right? When we talk about America and we talk about the American economy, of course, looking at the S&P 500 is definitely the first place that I like to look at, right? And in fact, we actually got a sell signal on February 20th. We got a sell signal. So right now the market's been drifting a little bit higher, but I definitely would be putting my big boy pants on and saying, you know what? We've had quite a run in the market lately. I might be looking to sell some shares. I might be looking to go to cash because right now, with all the craziness that's going on in the world and the fact that the AI trading data right here is giving you a heads up like flashing red light, hey, it's a sell signal. Now may be time to go to cash. In fact, if you want to follow these signals, Outlier is showing a 71.85% return following these signals. So they seem to be working pretty well. Be sure to head over to outlierdeal.com. We got about 2 weeks left on a lifetime deal to get access to Outlier that will never, ever be offered again. And it's basically for 99% off. So be sure to head over there real quick. Now let's see what the internet has to say about this, right? Trump can't secure the $454 million appeal bond in New York fraud case. That's what his lawyers are saying. So this is exactly what we've been talking about, right? He needs to secure basically that much in cash, but no company is actually like, no way, we're not putting up $454 million. And it's just not going to happen. So let's see what people have to say about this. This person says, I thought he was a billionaire. Yeah, dude, he is a multi-billionaire. And in fact, he just got a little bit richer. We're going to be talking about that in just a minute. He is a multi-billionaire, but that doesn't mean he has that in his bank account, bro. Clearly, Jack is not a wealth planner or a wealthy individual, because Jack would know that if he were a billionaire, he wouldn't be keeping billions of dollars in his checking account at Chase, right? Just like legitimately, come on, Jack. When the entire system is corrupt. Let's see. Let's look at one more reply here. He's good for it. We promise. We'll see, right? They knew this would happen with the size of the fine that it was, right? That was exactly the point, that they made it that big. They made it that big on purpose, right? And this is funny. Eric is saying all the poor lefties thinking they understand how cash and assets work is funny. Yeah, that kind of goes back to what this guy is saying right here. Yeah. But do click one of these two videos that YouTube is showing you right there. The YouTube algorithm actually thinks that you're going to love them. So click that to watch more. I'll see you in the next episode.